Welcome back to yet another documentation video, another feature review. Today we are looking at our analytics section, what CROLabs does in their analytics and how is it displayed. We will look at everything from graphs over heat maps to experimentation paths. So a full-on review and deep dive into the analytics section from CROLabs. Let's dive right in. So what you're seeing right here is the labs analytics from one of our shops. So right at the top we see here that we can choose between different overtime views and distribution views. So this is conversions, so total conversions over time within the last 7 days. Then we also can do hits over time. As you can see here, how many hits did the website get every day over the last 7 days. And then also conversion rate over time. So as you can see here, these are the different conversion rates from the different types and different variants that we deployed for this shop. The next one is the distribution. So this is conversion, so total conversions between the different variants. Then also we have hits distribution, so different hits. As we can see here, the most hits were on the live website, second most were on small changes, and the third was on tests. And then also conversion comparison. How many conversions? Again, same thing as the first one, but in a different graph. Same for hits. And then conversion rate comparison. But let's stick with conversion rate for now. So what you also can do is you can compare the different variants one-to-one. So you're not only seeing conversions, but you're also seeing the observations that you put in for the specific pages. So what you do is you select two of the variants, for example, the first and the third one, and then you click compare. Then what you have here is the experiment comparisons, where you have metrics, the live website / original, small changes from the advisors. So two variants. We can see here that the live website or the original website is displayed as the winner, since we have a conversion rate of 1.22%, whether the small changes only has a conversion of 0.41%. But we not only have conversion rate, we also track hits, unique hits. So some users click multiple times on the same website. We have total conversions, conversion rate, and then conversion value. This is the same as the total conversions. We have the time spent goal of 30 seconds that was hit 18,000 or 8,000 times. And then we also have the unique time spent per user value. And that's it. These are the comparisons between the variants. So what this is for, generally you have maybe 2 or 3 variants of your website deployed, and you will directly identify over time, maybe over 2 or 3 weeks, if one version is better than the other and if you should implement the changes on your prod system. You can also, for example, see here that the conversion of a specific variant that is only targeting meta ads users, for example, is converting a lot better because its messaging fits the ad than the original version, because the original version might be too general. So this helps you identify what works and what doesn't work. And to know what changes actually worked, it is important that you don't change a lot of things at once, because otherwise you don't know what actually kicked off the higher conversion rate. Say you deploy a version with 10 different changes, all significant changes, and this version performs a lot better than the original version, which is great. You don't know what specific change now is best for the users. So it helps to make small changes, at least for big shops with a lot of traffic. If you're a small shop with less traffic, it makes sense to test more changes at once, because then you have a higher validation because you don't have the high traffic numbers. So next up, let's look at experimentation paths. This might be a little overwhelming at first, but this clearly shows you where the users came from, where they transferred to, and where they actually converted. So they started maybe with the small changes version or with the live website, then changed to a different version, and then in the end converted with the last version. We can also display conversions only, so we know what converted the most. As you can see here, and we saw before, the live website converts the most. And what we can do is we can let AI explain it to us if we are unclear what we are seeing here. So we click the Let AI Explain button, and then we see it is currently working on an explanation for us. And once you read through, you know what experimentation paths is and how powerful it can be in identifying what the best path or funnel that your users are taking is. And the last but not least section from analytics is the heat map section, where you actually see where your users clicked, where they jumped off, and where they maybe rage clicked, how deep they scrolled on your website, and all the other important things. So as you can see here, we are comparing version 1, So this is the original with the variant different header. So we can see here there are a couple of small changes implemented to this version. And this is a test website, so please keep that in mind. And then we see here is click map. So we see the users clicked here, 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 maybe on this a little bit, and on this version they clicked here and here because they thought the Japanese matcha is a clickable headline. And as you go down on the website and analyze this, you see what users may think are clickable images or buttons, which they are not, or in the end, which they might be. For example, this one, Rage Clicks, shows you that the users clicked on this one multiple times. Not only once, but they clicked multiple times expecting it to be a link. Or you can also use dead click. So this is what I just mentioned, when they clicked anywhere where there were no links behind it. And then also scroll depth. As you can see on the left one, they scrolled much further down than on the right one. The right one, the second half of this, didn't even exist for most of the users. Only the first half above the fold existed. And this is what we keep telling our customers. Most of the times, users don't scroll past 50% of the website, or even past the hero section. And this implies every important detail needs to be in your hero section. Please don't forget that and don't negate that. This is so important that you catch the visitors directly in the hero. All right, that was another video. All right, I hope you enjoyed. That was another deep dive into the CROLabs Analytics section. I hope you really enjoyed this. And if you ever have any questions or need help getting set up, just reach out. We actually respond. You can also see everything that I just described here in detail in our documentation section. And you can also, if you want that, book a one-on-one demo call. So we will show you what our solution actually can do, how we can help you improve your conversion rate and turn more page visitors into paying customers. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys in the next one.